With Scotch whiskey, have you ever heard anybody say knowing the region where that single malt came from is going to help you determine what that tastes like? I want to share with you what I've learned over the years about the regions of Scotland and its whiskey production, and why this information is really, for the most part, misleading. I want you to know what to look for when you're staring at a massive wall of whiskeys and you've got a budget to work with. This is Regions, part 1 of 6, Speyside. Let's go. If you know me, I'm the American Scotch Doctor, Dr. Dave, and here I have sitting a case with a bottle in it of Glenfarclas 10-year-old. Now, if you'll notice here, I'll bring this closely, it says that this is a Highland single malt. Now, I thought that this was a Speyside region video. Glenfarclas is within the Speyside region. It is one of the 3 distilleries, or possibly more, that claim to be Highland, which they're not wrong, when they're residing within Speyside. Macallan, Dalwhinnie, and Glenfarclas are the 3 distilleries that I know of that on their label they're going to say Highland single malt, even though again they reside within in Speyside. Speyside is not only the smallest region within Scotland, it is also the largest producing in volume based on whiskey or single malt whiskey. They have roughly right around 50 distilleries. They also have the largest concentration of distilleries within one region. It goes Speyside, Highlands, I don't know if it's Islay next, Lowlands, possibly Lowlands and then Islay. I can't remember the numbers. Let me see if I wrote this down. I didn't write this down. Now, people will often define Speyside whiskeys as being fruity, maybe vanilla, slightly spicy, possibly some peat in the back. Now, the reason I wanted to start with Speyside is not just because it's the smallest or the largest producing or there's the most distilleries there. It's part of that plays into this, but it's because the characters can be so all over the board. You might have some of the heavier peated, some of the most peated whiskeys you're going to find with some of the Benriach or Benromics. You might have something that's very gentle and light. You might have something that's very fruity. You might have something that's very earthy and bitter. Ooh, nose break. But some examples of Speyside whiskeys that I would recommend, we have the Balvenie, we have Craigellachie, you have your Glenfarclas, you have your Glenallachie, you have your Glenfiddich, which is a slightly simpler whiskey in my opinion as far as some of the entry-level bottles. As far as the most important thing, rather than just thinking about what region it came from, what is important is what practices or what procedures did the distillery go through to make the bottle. So for quite some time now, I have continued to run down anything under 46% alcohol by volume, or look at it as not superior to some of the others. And I'm not wrong in saying that, but I also have to realize what I'm saying when I say that. And let me make this clear. When you buy an entry-level bottle, which is what this is basically, other than their 105, you're not going to get a younger Glenfarclas on a regular basis. I'm sure they have others. Entry-level bottles are aimed at people that are entry-level drinkers, generally. I don't want to say that because a guy who's been drinking whiskey very seriously really enjoys this bottle, even though it's at 40% alcohol by volume. I'm okay with that because I have to understand that they do have to reach the world with their whiskey, and they can't just bottle it at the strength that I like and that I'm comfortable dropping a few drops of water in. So, you've got the alcohol by volume. I do like 46% or greater if I'm looking for a unique bottle. Non-chill filter, that's nice to see, but it's not necessary. And also natural color or no color added. This does say it on the back. Natural color. I like to see that. E150A caramel colorant is one of the most dominant colors put into whiskey, and it's essentially just sugar cooked down, and then they put it in the whiskey to make it colored. Next video, I'm going to be tasting this in front of you. I'm just so glad I haven't even taken a sip of this. I'm going to be tasting this in front of you. I'm going to be doing the review, letting you know what I think of it. After I do the review of this bottle, I'm going to give you, the viewers, an opportunity to choose what I'm going to be doing next as far as a region. Either the Highlands or Islay. The Highlands or Islay. Let me know down below in the comments. And don't worry, it'll be a fair vote. There's never been a vote that will be more fair than this. You know, so far, not only was this my favorite video to record, even though I haven't had a sip of whiskey yet, but it was one of my favorite episodes to prepare for. I'm so happy I get to share this with you guys and girls. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, you guys know what to do. Share this with your friends on social media. Give it a big old thumbs up. And share it with your friends on social media. So, one thing I will say about the Glenfarclas 10, I think it's really